Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and today I'm collaborating with a brand new friend here on YouTube. Her name is Kelly and her channel is GlamWithKelly, and today she and I are going to be getting grungy and glam for fall. If you're here from Kelly's channel, welcome, welcome. I hope you will consider subscribing before you leave. And let's go ahead and get into it. I will have all of my face makeup listed down in the description box for you below. And the palette we're using today, which is obvious in the title, is the dreaded Subculture palette. I love this palette. I don't have any issues with mine. I think it's very true to ABH formula, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. There may be some glitter involved later. We're gonna have lots of fun. I'm gonna gush over what an amazing person Kelly is. So let's get started. I think the best course of action is going to be going in with this shade first, which is called Dawn, and just kind of set up a little bit of a transition to make blending with the deeper shades easier. And hopefully editing Kyra has you nice and zoomed in. So I am going to go ahead and gush for a little bit about my favorite goofball, Kelly. We call each other goofballs. We're fast friends, and I really like her a lot, and I think or predict that you guys will too. Actually, I think I'm gonna go into yellow first. I'm going to go into this shade right here called Edge, and it's just kind of a dusty yellow, if you will. Kind of hard to describe. But I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the crease, and then once I've got the bulk of the pigment off of my brush, I'm going to start working it up into the transition. I think this will work better than going back in with the yellow later and trying to blend it with the green. I do want grungy, but I don't want to look like I got punched in the eye either. So Miss Kelly, I believe we came to know one another when she started commenting on my videos. Super sweet, beautiful comments, you know, really engaging in the comments with me. She has such a variety of content, but also really consistent content in terms of the series that she used. Multiple series that she has on her channel, and I love them all. One of my very favorite series that she has is the one where she talks about new makeup releases. The reason I like that series is because it's very off the cuff. I know she sort of plans a little bit ahead about what she wants to talk about, but then, you know, she's sort of reading the information off her phone or whatever as she talks about the new releases. I don't know, it just feels like you're talking with a really good friend about new makeup releases. And what's more fun than that, other than doing it in person, which I hope we get to do someday. I'm just winging this yellow out a little bit. Use this little dense domed brush and go into the shade Destiny, and now I'm going to place that on the outer V and up into the crease and start deepening up this show. What could be better than talking about new makeup with a beautiful friend? And that's the way it feels. She's literally talking herself into or out of things on camera, and I just love that. Like I said, it's very off the cuff. It feels natural. It feels like she's talking directly to you, and I think that's really amazing, because I think sometimes it can seem more like we're talking to ourselves about the new releases. I do have a similar series that has kind of fallen by the wayside, but I do want to get back to it, which I call Stash or Trash, talking about new releases. The other series that I love that Kelly's been doing lately is called 7 looks with a certain palette. I really love that. It's basically how she reviews new palettes. She does 7 looks. I think that's pretty straightforward, but I love how she does it. She is phenomenal at reviewing makeup. Like, really phenomenal. She's well spoken. I think she hits all of the important points when reviewing any product. No additional product. I just went back to the original brush and am blending until my fingers fall off, which is the way that I use Subculture. So you can see that we're definitely working toward grungy. And for me, I think this grungy look is like the kind of grungy I would wear out of the house. You know, the kind of grungy I would wear on a night out, date night. So that's kind of what we're going for. And it'll kind of be like we go from grungy to glam in one step. So I will make sure to call that out to you later in the video where I feel like, okay, right now we're grungy, now let's get glam. All right, using this brush that comes with the palette, I'm going to go into this more emerald green right here, which is called Untamed. I had to look in the mirror and read it backwards. And I'm just gonna put this on probably most of the lid. I want this to be a base for the shimmer that I'm going to go in with. So I'm just picking that up on a kind of the flat shader side of the brush, tapping off the excess, and we're going to move along. And I'd like to point out how brave I am to do my face makeup first. So anyways, other things that Kelly does on her channel regularly are hauls. She had her Ulta 21 Days of Beauty haul. She always follows up on things from hauls in one video or another, which I really appreciate. It's great to see what people buy, but it's even better to hear what they think after they try it. So I do really appreciate that about Kelly. And she also does what she calls coffee chats, which are get ready with me, and she just talks about life and makeup and YouTube and all of those things. Wow. We really got dark there in a hurry. Don't be scared. And I love her coffee chats. Like I said, she just has this knack for when she talks to the camera and how she talks to the camera that you feel like you're right there with her, just chatting about makeup, putting on makeup with her. I love putting on her coffee chats in the morning when I'm getting ready to film or go about my day or what have you. Overall, I love everything about her channel and her personality. I love her so much. All right, so I think that's a pretty good base. I'm not gonna do any more blending at the moment, but we are going to apply some glitter glue. This is the NYX Glitter Primer. I'm going to apply this glitter glue probably over a lot of the lid, probably the inner 2/3 of the lid. And we're gonna do one eye at a time because I want that glitter glue to stay really tacky while I apply the next shade. I feel like I've heard a lot of people talk about their shade Electric right here having hard pan, and mine definitely does. So I do have this little sponge tip applicator. It has a little brush on the other end. It came with a Rimmel palette, I believe. But sponge tip applicators are fantastic for picking up pigment that doesn't want to pick up, especially things with hard pan like this. And using a sponge tip applicator, I have 0 problems with this palette, or this shade rather. There's a fuzz on my sponge tip. I also really love Kelly's ability to laugh at herself, to laugh at the things, you know, that just happen, that are just life. I'm gonna pull this up a little bit at the front of the crease like I normally do. I just love the lift that this gives to the eye. So, if you guys had to pick one palette that you felt like you could get a grungy glam look from, what would it be? I do feel like I could definitely get a grungy glam look out of the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. That palette is also in my fall makeup must-haves along with Subculture, so if you missed that video, I will link it up in the cards. What else? I definitely think the Natasha Denona Gold palette would be a good one as well. My other question for you guys down in the comments would be, in what situation would you wear a grungy glam look? Like I said, I would wear something like this out to dinner or for a night on the town or to my daughter's dance classes because that's how I roll. But, you know, not everybody's the same. Moving on to the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with that same shade Untamed that's on the outer V. I really love the tone of this color, and I really feel like it sets off the electric shade because the electric shade also has like hints of turquoisey, you know, green, so to speak. I'm not going to bring it all the way in, but I do want to make sure that it is connected with the upstairs. Then I'm going to take this smudger brush by Jessup, going back into the shade Edge, and I'm going to use this to smudge out the lower lash line. I'm going to start on the inner part of the eye and then work my way out. Maybe that was a little too far in. And then again, with no additional product, I'm going to take this dense brush that we used for the Army Green, and I'm just going to take this winged part and blend it in with the lower lash line just so it's not, you know, so it looks more streamlined, if you will. Vocabulary, Kyra. All right, so this is the part of the video in which I would tell you that this is the grungy look for me. I feel like it's grungy. Everybody has their own interpretation. But from here, I'm going to go glam, and for that, I'm going to be using this glitter from Blush Tribe. I got this for free when I ordered the Paulina palette from Blush Tribe. However, it didn't have any sticker or name or anything on it. If you know what this glitter is called, because I know a lot of you participated in our Collabonation video for Paulina. So let me know down in the comments if you know what it is, but this is the glitter we're going to use today. It's kind of hard to see. I guess this is probably the best way. It's very similar to the electric shade, but it's not duochrome. It's like solid green glitter. I love this. I used this in my Paulina collab. And so I was watching a video from Kathleen Lights this morning, and she did this thing where she added the glitter where the shimmer shade and the matte shade meet. And I thought that was really pretty and interesting because my first instinct would be to put it on the inner part of the eye. So we're gonna try that. Could end up like a hot mess, or it could be grungy glam. So again, I'm going to take my little brush and apply a little bit more, that's a lot of it, Kyra, a little bit more of the NYX glitter glue. I'm just going to tap this on the very outer bit where the duochrome is. I'm going to very carefully open this little pot of loose glitter and pray that it doesn't spill. I'm going to take that same brush that I applied the glitter glue with, dip it in like so. Oh god, glitter already everywhere. And then I'm just going to, tap this where we applied the glitter glue. The trick is getting it to kind of look faded and not like a harsh line or like a blob of glitter. So that will be the trick. I'm going to take my index phalange and just tap that down, kind of pressing it into the glitter glue and also trying to blend. Holy moly, that is gorgeous. It's like magnetic to the brush. As soon as I dip the brush into the glitter, it's like just suctions to the brush. Okay, I'm gonna try and be a little less organized with my application this time. Yeah, that definitely worked better. This is the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in the shade 01 Highlight. Legitimately my favorite highlight of all time. This is a mini that came in a Sephora Favorites kit, but I will be using, or I will be purchasing rather, the full-size one. It's gone. So, inner corner, I'm going to take the other side of the sponge tip applicator. This is actually a fabulous little inner corner brush, and just tuck that in there. Such a beautiful champagne, maybe? I don't know, it's gorgeous. Again, pulling this up in front of the shade Electric, kind of blending in. I love the look. Is it Kelly Gooch or Andrea Matteliano? I've seen one of them also dragging up their eyeshadow like this recently, and I was like, hey, I already do that. I'm going to apply this to my brow bone. My brows are a hot mess, so I apologize. Sorry, not sorry. 'Tis life. My brows are just an issue altogether. I'm gonna pop off of here, do some liner and mascara just for time's sake. Then we will come back for a Grungy Glam lip and finish off the video. All right, pretty people, we are back and better than ever. Maybe. The hairs did anyways, and I put on my favorite fall earrings. I'm sure you see them all the time, but they're just little discs that are tortoise shell. And to finish off the eyes, probably hard to see, I did a teeny tiny kitten wing with this olive green liner from Essence. It's the Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil Waterproof in the shade 04 Nighttime in the Jungle. I also tight lined with this and put a tiny bit on the lower lash line, and then on the lower inner rim I used the Sephora Contour Eye Pencil 12-Hour Wear in the shade Blonde Ambition. This is so pretty. I'm definitely gonna have to buy the full size. And I finished off the lashes with the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. Favorite. I just threw away my Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir today, and it had dried out because I've been using this, which is a bummer, but I like this better. So let's do lips, shall we? I think when I think of grungy and fall, I think of more like brown tones and nude tone lippies, but I love a bold lip for glam. So we're gonna start off with my Jaunty Blue lip liner in the shade Brown Sugar. This is kind of a warm reddish nude, if that makes any sense at all. Anybody else have one side of their Cupid's bow that turns out pointy and the other one rounded? Hard to say. This will be no surprise if you've been around for a while. I purchased another Maybelline SuperStay ink crayon. This is in the shade Live on the Edge, and it is my new favorite brownie nude for fall. It smells so good. I love this eye look for sure. What do you think of the lip with it? I know a lot of people won't do a bold eye with a bold lip, but I break all the rules here on my channel, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are from Kelly's channel, thank you so much for coming by. I really hope you will consider sticking around because we do a lot of fun things on my channel. And thank you to Kelly for this very first collab together. Here is to many, many more, my precious little goofball. And with all of that said, thank you so much for spending part of your day here with me today. And I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful, grungy glam makeup days. And I will see you in my next video real soon.